I'm going to work the two that are sitting here in my window right now. I'm going to zoom in on the first one, which is x equals y. And remember the old white dude who invented slope-intercept form said, write the equation as simple as you possibly can. Because this sure doesn't look like y equals mx plus b right now, does it? Because it looks like it's missing a lot of stuff. It looks like we're missing a number in front of the x, and it looks like, because it just says y equals x, and it looks like we're missing the y-intercept as well. So remember, when you don't have a number in front of the x, that means there's technically a 1 there. So the slope for this particular equation is a 1. And then the guy who made up all the rules said that if you don't see a y-intercept, that means that the y-intercept is 0. So in this particular case, the slope is 1 and the y-intercept is a 0. So you see right over here, there's a table next to each graph, and there's a place to fill in the slope. So I will type into the box, I'm going to type a 1. And I know I did it right because it pops up and it tells me that it was green, because that column is asking me for the slope. And then it's also asking me for the y-intercept, so I'm going to type a 0. And once again, I know I got it right because it popped up and it's turning green. So I don't know yet if this is a vertical, a horizontal, or a diagonal line. I'm going to graph it first and then figure that part out. So remember, the y-intercept, the b, the beginning point, is your starting point. So you're going to start at the 0. And then the slope tells you what direction you're going to move. And because this is a 1, that is the same thing as 1 over 1. Because it is a positive 1, that means we're going to go up 1 and over. So our next coordinate is going to go right there. Then I'm going to go up 1 and over 1 again, because remember, every math teacher in America says you need 3 coordinates in order to determine whether or not you have graphed your line correctly. And then we're going to add the line. So remember, there's a line tool right up here where I can add a line. So I'm going to click that button at the top, click it on the screen so it pops up, line it up with this coordinate, line this end up with that coordinate. And remember, don't give me any puny little lines like this. We're going to stretch it out because it technically goes all the way across the graph. And we're going to add arrows to either side. So this is a line that is going in the diagonal direction. So I'm going to highlight for my answer, or I guess I'll just circle. I'm going to circle that this is a diagonal line. So that's what we need to do for each question. That is only the ones that are highlighted. I'm going to go down to the one underneath this as well really quickly, because that one's a little bit of a special case. Kind of like I wanted the special cases to be the first one so that we were like talking about them together. All right, we're going over them together. So for the next one, y equals 2. It looks like it's missing the x, right? So remember, again, white dude who is real picky when he invented this stuff. If you don't see an x, that means it's y equals 0x plus 2. Okay, anytime that you don't see an x in the equation, that means that the slope is 0. So in this case, our slope of our line is 0, but the y-intercept is there at 2. So whenever the slope is 0, guys, it's going to go here through the 2. It's going to go through the beginning point, but it's just going to be a flat line. Ooh, that was really ugly. Let me use the line tool. But that way you can see kind of what it looks like. It's going to be a flat line that goes straight through the 2. So I'm going to draw a line right there that goes straight through it. I'm going to add my arrows. So it'll look like that. And then I need to click into the box. My slope is 0 because it's a flat line that does not increase or decrease. And then my y-intercept, it goes through the y-intercept at 2. So those are the first couple of homework problems worked for you. So you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 that you actually need to do yourself. And because it's homework, it's not due until the day we meet next, which is Monday. So any questions about